Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Just Believe podcast. I'm your host, HB Mack, and today I'm honored to have a lovely guest that I'm a big fan of. I love her and her movement. Her name is Ken, and she's going to explain to you why sober is the new cool.
Hi. So in 2013, first, thanks for having me. In 2013 is where this story started. My son was an avid football player, and from one day to the next, he started having grand mal seizures. One thing led to another, and we found out that he would be on medication for the rest of his life. And as young boys like to have fun, and he just wanted to be a normal kid like everybody else and have a few beers and some vodka and whatever and whatnot. But unfortunately, if he did that with medicine, it wouldn't work, and he continued to have seizures. So one night he went out and called me about an hour after he left, and he said, "Come and get me. This is boring. Everybody's bombed." And I picked him up, brought him home, and went downstairs to talk to him. And I was telling him, it doesn't matter. You can go out. You can have fun. You don't have to be bombed. You don't have to do like everybody. And as I said it, I turned and I looked in my hand. It was a huge glass of wine. And I thought, wow, how can you be such a hypocrite?
Yeah, you're telling him not to do this as you're drinking a glass of wine.
Exactly. And at that moment, I don't know, I said to him, listen, if you want, I'm going to do this with you for 3 months. I won't touch a drop. I don't care whose birthday it is, if it's Christmas, if it's this, that, it's over. So 3 months came and went. The next thing he said, you see, Mom, now you can be like everybody else. You can party, you can have fun. And I said, okay, I'll do another 3 months. And now we're going on 8 years, January 12th, 2021. And
congratulations, 8 years.
Sober is the new cool. Yeah.
Now, well, how was it for you to, wow, I don't need this drink? Like, was it something that you thought was going to be difficult the first 3 months, or did you realize, oh, this is actually kind of easy?
No, it was not easy. I love to have my glass of wine and whatever and whatnot. I didn't go to my favorite restaurants. I abstained from a lot of different places, a lot of different people, and I just kept going. But the fortunate thing is I loved my son enough to do it for him. I don't know if I would have done it for myself. So for me, this was a huge gift because his sickness gave me my life back.
I love hearing that. I'm about 3 years of being sober, being pretty much like a new dad. I decided after my whole depression and trying to attempt suicide, after I was healed, I was like, okay, I stopped drinking as much. I stopped being social because I had to do a lot of, okay, what is the problem? What is the triggers for my depression? And I realized drinking was one of them. And then after that, I became married. I got a daughter. And after that, I was like, wow, my life is so much easier. I felt free without the burden of having alcohol. And especially when you have a newborn, you can't really drink. You can't really drink. It's like you want to drink because of the pressure of the baby screaming. But I took it upon myself of breaking that generational curse, as I call it. It's just passing pain from generation to generation. And I said, I'm going to stop. So not only I'm going to stop with the pain being passed, I'm going to stop with drinking. I'm going to stop that because if my daughter ever needs me, I want to make sure I have a sober mind so I can tell her the right things that she needs to hear, not what she want to hear, So I took it upon myself and I just went cold turkey. And I realized I can't be around certain surroundings, especially in the beginning because of the pressure. You have your friends, hey, it's my birthday. Hey, I got a new job. Hey, a baby's on the way. And everybody wants to drink. And then, it seemed like I was being a jerk, but I wasn't. It was just, hey, congratulations. Happy birthday. Hopefully you have a healthy baby, but I'm not going to attend your party because of the pressure. I went from being an alcoholic for pretty much 6-7 years in a row of just everyday drinking just to be a functional alcoholic to like, I don't even want to attempt that because I know what it can lead to. I want to applaud you for not only being sober, but doing that journey with your son. I think that's special. That connection, your relationship is probably outstanding now.
It's a lot better, and I mean, for him, it was terrible. His whole life was taken away from him. No, football was his life. He
Yeah.
loved football. His boys were there. For me, I mean, people would say to you, "No, she never had a problem with alcohol," but obviously, alcohol with me, I'm so much better without it. I've got more energy. I sleep better. I feel better. I found this, which is turned into such a passion, and we are helping all kinds of people everywhere across the world. And I mean, I'll never miss another memory, and that's huge.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. So can you explain to the people sober is the new cool? Like, what is it? Is it just a like a t-shirt company, or what is it for people who are just tuning in?
Well, when we first started, it was really just to help others because there's so many kids that are depressed, kids that take different medication for school to help them study, and then they have alcohol with it. It's a complete disaster. It really, and I realized all the social pressures I had as a woman at 52, how hard it was for people to lay off and not bug me about
By
drinking.
the way, for 52, you look outstanding. Okay, I just want to let
Well,
everybody
now
know.
I'm going to be 60
Oh my God, you
so
don't even
8 years,
look like it.
right?
Look at
Yeah.
that. Go ahead, proceed.
So, when I stopped, I was 52, and I realized at that point there were so many kids that the pressure must be like horrible, like because my son did drink a few times and did have a few seizures at the beginning, being young and whatever, and I then all of a sudden it turned. He would say to people, listen, my mom stopped drinking for me. You can't bring that little Mickey downstairs or about cans of beer or whatever. So I was like a trigger for him to say he couldn't drink. So it made it easier for him. So then I realized if it's hard for me at 52 when I stopped, imagine a 16-year-old boy. It's how is he going to survive?
Yeah.
So I started this movement on Instagram and basically so people could reach out and if they were depressed, if they were down, if they felt like they were going to take a drink when they shouldn't, if they were going to try and commit suicide. And my whole idea was if we can help somebody not drink for one day, 1 week, 1 month, or a year, we may just save a life. And from being just a mom, which I hate saying now because that's really what I thought it was, I've been able to create something that's people seem to reach out and direct message us. And I mean, we just go back and forth. I never really ask what their problem is, if it's alcohol or drugs or whatever. And somehow they just come clean and they just talk. And I think by listening and building their self-esteem is the way to go. And I start with one thing where I ask them to put their hand on their heart and say, I am, and put a positive word after it. It can be lovable, it could be blessed, it could be artistic, it could be funny. A lot of times people can't even find one good thing to say about themselves. So I'll send them a message first thing in the morning and last thing at night. So they go wake up with that word. And now I've got girls and guys that send me messages saying, I could never even find one word, and they'll list 50 now, artistic, funny, this, that. And, it's building self-esteem, and it's one person at a time.
Yeah, I realized when I started being an advocate for mental health and telling my story with the world, once the DMs started coming in, I was getting a lot of guys that was scared to express themselves. Oh, I don't feel this way because of something that happened, right? And I'm like, hey, it's okay. Just forgive yourself. Forgive the past, move on from that, and just move towards a better future. And I would, just like you, very similar, build a support system with them. And hey, are you doing okay? I just want to tell you that you
Yes,
love, that you matter. And
yes.
in a few months afterwards, you know, you probably won't hear from them, and then I'll get a DM and, oh my God, thank you so much for reaching out. Now my life is turned around. The feeling of that is, I can't express it. The words don't come to my mind right now. But you feel good, and it feels great to know that you affected someone's life. And I think what you're doing is outstanding, where you're affecting so many people, not only young adults, but adults, and probably even mothers, fathers, brothers. Like, it's outstanding. I really do applaud you for that. I love the movement. Once I started seeing it, I was like, I have to reach out. I have to.
Well, and then, all of a sudden because we're trademarking, it's coming to the end now where everything's coming through. Sober is the new cool, because everybody's got these T-shirts, champagne and cocaine,
Yeah.
mom's at 5 o'clock wine, or it's 5 o'clock somewhere, whatever. And, it's incredible. The people that buy my hoodies, put them on and send me pictures from all over the world, and their smile, they are so proud and they feel so good, and they found something great in their life. And it doesn't matter. I've got women that are 60, I've got kids that are 15, I've got men, it's incredible the amount of people that just love to put this sober is the new cool, because they stand tall, they stand pride, and it's for everybody. Everybody should feel good. Everybody deserves to be happy, right?
Yes, no, correct. Everyone does. I think it's hard because of the surroundings someone may be in, right? Like, if you're in a house where you have all of that alcohol right in front of you, that temptation, you're probably like, man, I don't want to drink, or I don't want to do whatever drug or whatever, but it's right in front of me. How can I need someone to hold me accountable. I need someone that I can relate to. And you may not have that person in your house, but if you pick up your phone and you look at Instagram or Facebook, you may be able to find that person and be like, wow, they've been able to do this, and they had a similar pain or story to me. Maybe I am able to do this. Maybe being sober is okay. Maybe going through this heartbreak or this pain, maybe it's going to help me become a better person, instead of me drinking this bottle or me taking whatever drug to hide that fear or that I'm going through.
Because really, all it is like a band-aid, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just covering up sadness. You don't want to deal with whatever it is. And most people that are mad, they're not so mad. They're really sad inside, and it comes across as tough and rough being mad. And honestly, I think that, if like I said, what it is when you've reached one person, what it makes you feel like, and you know that, okay, I'm here for a reason and I have to continue, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
just have to do it.
Yes. Congratulations on your trademarking. I know it's a process. I know
Yes.
it's a process, because I've been trying to trademark some things, and I'm like, okay, sooner or later it's going to get there. I'm not the patience. I'm just going to be patient. I'm still going to do what I do and help people out. And if somebody try to trademark it, whatever, I think I can come up with something else. It's perfectly fine. So with your movement, how can people reach you and find out, oh, hey, I want to buy a t-shirt, or I want to just support them?
Okay, so we have an Instagram page, and there's a shop button there. So it's sober.is.the.new.cool. We have a Facebook page also, which is just Sober's the New Cool. And there also you can buy the hoodies and t-shirts. We're going to be coming out with some hats and masks, actually. And we also have a website, which is sobersthenewcool.org. And part of the proceeds from every hoodie or anything that we do sell, we give back to a foundation called the Douglas Foundation, which is world renowned. It's here in Montreal, Quebec, but they have 10,000 people that come through their doors every year, and it's a mental health. They cover everything from depression, anxiety, bipolar, eating disorders, everything you could possibly, dementia, they're just outstanding. And so we picked them, being from Montreal. And so we want to give back. And we believe that they're a great partner. So,
I love it. I love it. That's perfect. Before we wrap up and go, how is your son doing now?
well, he was great for about almost 2.5 years, and then the seizures started again. Now we're finally on new medicine, and it's almost 3 years he's seizure free. So he started to do some videos and some YouTube talking about sober is the new cool. Because the one thing I find that we don't get a lot of is young men
Yeah.
between the ages of 16 to 35. I have a lot of dads. If you're a dad and you're over 30, we have a lot of those. But young single guys, that's a huge market that's needs help. So I'm trying to get him to give back. So he talks to young boys and men. So he's starting slowly. He's got a job. He's seizure free. School's just not for him with his medicine. So Sober's the New Cool is going to be where it's at. And he's going to give back to, because I think at 15 and 14, when he was so sad and lonely and depressed and losing that football camaraderie and his place, he thought in the world, he thought that football was his life.
Yeah.
That was part of him, but that was not him. I think if he had had nobody he could have reached out to, it would have made a huge difference. He's great now, and he's, but I think for his mental health, giving back will help him heal that much faster.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're continuing to get him on his journey also, and hopefully he's going to reach younger guys so that they feel that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be scared, it's okay to be feeling like you want to end it all. It's okay, and reach out and talk to somebody and find a way to get through it, because this world, the one thing it needs right now is a lot of love.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of love.
I think
Especially now.
with the whole pandemic happening, it altered the whole world, right? The world stopped. And this is the first time you actually can think and figure out, okay, where am I going? Or what's my issues, or how can I escape? And then, which was Instagram. And you found so many people, especially now, talking about mental health. Before, I could not find it. I could not find it. When I was looking, when I was going through my depression about 4 or 5 years ago, I could not find it. I was trying to search, I could not find it. And now, with a click of a hashtag, you can find people that talking about something that you might relate to and express yourself. I think what your son is doing is outstanding. If he ever need anyone to talk to, like for guidance on promotion or anything, or if he ever want to collab, tell him I am open. My DMs are always open.
That's great.
Yeah, my DMs are always open. I think when it comes to breaking a stigma, one person can't do it. It's a team effort. And that's why I always try to connect with people that's similar to me or have a different story that may offer something for someone else. I can't offer everything for everyone, and I know that, but I want to use my platform and my voice to allow people to share their stories, because someone out there might need to hear it.
And they don't feel alone, right?
Yeah, they don't
realize,
feel alone.
wow, it's not just me. It's not just me.
Oh, yeah. So far, I've been having some authors, some book authors. I've been having doctors, psychiatrists, and life coaches telling their story. And I think it's perfect to hear all different types of stories, because I want people to really get the help that they need. With your son, man, you connected with me because I used to play basketball, and then I was pretty much on a really high level. Because of my grades and stuff, I couldn't get the D1 scholarships that I was looking for. And when I didn't have basketball, that camaraderie in the locker room, because my role model is the person in the mirror, right? But I didn't have a male figure to, hey, coach me up. But when I was on the basketball teams, I felt like that. And I was like, okay, cool, I can relate. Hey, coach, I'm going through this. And the coach always had something right to say. Or one of my teammates would have something to say. So when you don't have that, it's like, man, I'm lost. It's not the fact that I wanted to be a professional athlete. It's just, how can I move forward now? I don't know what to do. I'm literally on my own, and no one No one's here that can give me the help. And I don't know where to get the help. I think it's outstanding that he realized, okay, my life is not just football. No, my life is actually more than this. Hey, the school thing is not going to work out. It's perfectly fine. My mom got this phenomenal movement. You know what? Let me join her. Let me become an entrepreneur and help her out. And maybe we can shift not only just the mental health, but shift the dynamics in the family and let people know, hey, you don't need to go to college. Hey, you can be successful. This is what success is.
Listen, exactly. And, I think that if you have a passion, no matter what it is, yeah, you know what? You're going to have a happy life. And and you will be successful because you'll work hard because you'll enjoy what you're doing. And that, I think, is the key to success is, loving what you do.
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna play that again for people so they can listen to that. It's loving what you do. It sucks because now we're in a different time where, you look on Instagram or Facebook or any social media platform and you see someone success with wearing like the big name brand clothes, the cars and stuff like that. And it's like, is that really success? Or are you just trying to show people, hey, look at me, look, I'm flashy and this and that. There's a lot of successful people that I know who are millionaires that when you look at them, they look like they just bought their clothes out of Walmart. You would have no idea that they're successful.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that I know who they don't have it like that, but they're acting like it. Hey, look at me. I just bought this like $6,000 Gucci bag. And it's like, dude, why didn't you just invest that to something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Because that's the shoes won't make the man.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like money doesn't buy you class, right? So
Same.
you gotta be good, you gotta do good, and you gotta love what you do.
Yes, and clearly you love what you do. I love
do.
this. I love this conversation. This is much needed. If anybody ever want to reach out, I'm gonna have all your information posted everywhere so they can find you, and hopefully they can buy some t-shirts and support you in your beautiful movement.
Thank you. And it was really an honor to be on your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This was an episode of the Just Believe podcast. Until then, I'll see you next time.